The immune system is quite something. There's quite a lot to say about the immune system, and this is one of those systems that's actually very difficult to categorize. I always encourage students to be very organized and to kind of separate things out. The tricky thing with the immune system is that it's actually quite difficult to separate out separate parts because there's lots of interweaving parts. There's lots of structures that communicate with each other, and not everything stays nicely within its own box. However, we will do our best to kind of categorize everything out, and then you just have to be a little bit more flexible with the system and thinking about how things might interweave and how the stories might not be as nice and neat and tidy as they often are. Okay, so this first video is going to be about the first line of defense, which is basically preventative, ensuring that nothing enters the body, nothing infects the body in the first place. The second set of videos will be about the second line of defense, and I might be able to do it in one video. The second line of defense is also non-specific. The third topic is going to be about the third line of defense, which is when we talk about specific battles, specific immunity, and that includes T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. And then the very last topic that we'll be covering are the homeostatic imbalances. Okay, so let's start off this video with the first line of defense. Again, this is preventative. The basic idea here is that generally speaking, things don't attack your body because you've got excellent lines of defense on the very outside of your body that kind of keeps everything out. So included in this are 5 basic categories. The first of them is external structures, including the skin and the mucous membranes. And the second is the keratinocytes, the keratin-containing cells of the epidermis that form a thick physical shield. The third of these would be mucous membranes that line things like respiratory tracts, digestive tracts, vaginal secretions. The mucous membranes tend to trap harmful materials, and there are oftentimes ciliae present to brush the particles away. The fourth is acidity. There's acidity all over your body, at least on the outside of your body, such as in the lining of the stomach and on the outside of the skin. Generally speaking, acidity is inhospitable to bacteria and viruses. And lastly, saliva and tears contain a magical substance called lysozyme that pretty much nothing can live inside of.